Gift of the Givers organization, also on the ground to help communities in KZN been left destitute by the floods. 253 people are said to have died in Tegwini alone, but thousands more have now been left destitute. The exact numbers are not yet known. Let's find out more from the organization's founder, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman. Dr. Sooliman, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. Whereabouts are you and what are you seeing on the ground? I know that you started trying to focus on assisting from yesterday. What is the initial assessment you've made?
Good afternoon, Dan. We've covered many areas already. We've done Pietermaritzburg, Hillcrest, Mendenhill, New Germany, Pinetown, Tonga, Verulam, Phoenix. We've covered Amzinto, parts of East Pinglo, Akwamashu, Amlazi, Inanda, and many other areas in central Devon. Our team started off yesterday morning. They got a call at 5 a.m. And the person who called them said, remember you were here last week. On the 5th of April, we went Flamingo Heights in Tonga. And the story that was carried by everyone, the granny who got washed away with the 3 grandchildren, she actually received a food parcel from us last week Tuesday on the 5th of April. And our teams are very heartbroken to get that message. So that's the first place they stopped. When they got there, all those people we had helped the week before, their houses were affected with water 1 meter high. You know, and all old people, all pensioners, they had to move around. And they had to be taken away from there and moved to higher ground. In all the other areas that we've been to, it's the same. Everybody has noticed the infrastructure destruction. You've seen the roads, you've seen the houses, you've seen the walls. But what we haven't captured is the trauma and the emotional damage that people have suffered. They've been sitting in their homes, a stream becomes a river overnight, or not even overnight, within minutes, and people get washed away. Somebody's trying to catch their child or their mother or their brother. All their life's possessions are washed away. And that's a similar story throughout all the informal settlements. Also, houses in low-lying areas have been severely damaged. So this destruction, we haven't seen the end of it yet. Once the roads open up and we get to more areas, we're going to see far more destruction. Talking about a house, your teams are here at this house where I'm standing right now. Behind me, the search and rescue personnel are trying to recover our body. On Monday night, the person's house, the wall collapsed, came down to the neighbor's house and collapsed over the domestic. And since Monday night, search and rescue teams have been battling to rescue or to take out the body of the individual that has passed on. And what we do require, and if anybody is watching this program, a Bobcat is required urgently to try to finish this procedure and to recover the person, to give them a decent burial. And it's similar stories throughout the province where there's just so much of hardship, so much of pain, and so much of trauma. That's excluding the infrastructure that's damaged. The personal stories, the emotions are far more deeper than what you can capture on television.
Yeah, no, Dr. Sooliman, just a short while ago, speaking to the MEC for Health in the province, Noma Kukusumelane, my colleagues Pamandla Goke established that just in eThekwini alone, by last night, in the mortuaries in and around Durban, there were 253 bodies. I mean, the scale and magnitude of the devastation, I mean, it's going to take us days to really get to grips with it.
We're not really sure of the figures, Dan, you know, because lots of people have been washed away. With that storm coming at that speed, well, let's compare it this way. If shipping containers can float on the N2 and can be thrown against a bridge with that kind of weight, can you imagine what has happened to people with simple shacks that don't have the concrete walls to protect them? We don't know how many people, and when we get feedback, when you see messages on social media and on different medical chats, people will say, you know what, this man told me 3 of his family members disappeared. It's not accounted for. And like that, we're probably going to pick up many more numbers for the days to come.
Yeah, now urgent interventions are being mobilized. You are on the ground as civil society organization, Gift of the Givers as well, as part of the emergency relief that is required. What should the focus be, particularly because in many areas, there's no water now, there's no electricity?
Yes, that's a new challenge, because water is required for those who are not even affected by the floods. You know, the last day or so, you're getting messages from people who say the municipality, the water purification systems are not working. And today we were surprised when numbers of people started calling us for water. And we realized that the systems are not working. And we asked, what about buying from the shop? They said there's no water in the shops too. So people are battling. We are busy arranging super links truckloads of water to bring to Durban. It's never going to be enough for so many hundreds of thousands of people. But it's part of our intervention in what we can do. So water requirements is very, very big. And of course, food, people are hungry, they need blankets, it's still raining, they need warm clothes. And by next week, a lot of people will have to move and start rebuilding their homes, especially in informal settlements. But of course, human settlements and local disaster have to look at replacing those people on higher ground. You can't keep building on floodplains, and you're going to have this problem over and over again. But once a land is allocated, people are going to need building material, children are going to need school uniforms, they're going to need stationery to go back to school. So the challenges are many, but one of the biggest challenges right now is bottled water.
Thank you very much. That's Gift of the Givers founder, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman, on the ground in Pietermaritzburg for us in KwaZulu-Natal, giving us a sense of what is happening, where the property where is at. He just told us that there's rescue operators, the rescue officials trying to locate a body. So the tally just goes up and up. We don't have an official final kind of confirmation yet. We understand later today we should get that from the authorities to say exactly how many people may have been killed here.